This episode of Minecraft on the GremCraft server is brought to you by fishing. Because isn't that exciting? Well, hey everyone, Gremten here on the GremCraft server. We're hanging out, we're catching fish. This is not the most exciting thing in the whole world, but I've definitely gotten some goodies. I already have a really decent collection of name tags, something I'm going to need for this build I'm starting here. Got some puffer fish, let me get some underwater so I can get my clay on. A couple things like that. So today, we're going to be starting on my first build here close to spawn. I've got a few ideas for that. Right now I have a cobble hut and a strip mines already, but they're not super functional and they're basically just giving me somewhere to sleep. Today I'm going to build the smaller house that I'm going to use for a while, but I'm going to build it in a way that I can have a basement. Because one thing I'm already hitting is I don't have a storage area, and that is freaking killing me. I've got to be able to put stuff places. I'm really hoping fishing that I'm going to get like an awesome fishing rod from fishing. Did an enchant earlier, had 20 levels. 20 levels got me the whopping joy that is, yeah, just fish. Unbreaking 2, which is not what I was hoping for. Really lure is my big one, but luck of the sea would be great too. Oh, copy. So, but for now I'm about to be done with this. The good thing is I built up my food supply some. I haven't set up an animal farm yet because, well, I think the only great explanation for that is I'm lazy. So I've been constantly short on food, just relying on wheat and whatever random chickens I find to kill. And you know, as Dr. Phil would say, how's that working out for you? And it's not working out real great. So, come on, one more bite. This is the one. Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3. Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3. Bam! Raw salmon. Well, is what it is. Alright, well, speaking of food shortage, I think my carrots are all grown up. Which really, I need wheat for my build, so I've got to keep some of my wheat farm, but I think I'm replacing some of this with some carrot action. Carrots certainly are more useful. Alright, well I'm going to go clean up my inventory, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so, we're building ourselves, my shovel in my other hand here, building ourselves a bit of a village. Basically, I want to make a large enough village to where we perhaps get a golem or two to spawn. And so for that, we're going to be building it up here. Building a lot of little houses. That's what we need. We need a ton of doors. But with that, I want some road action. So what we're gonna do here, it's gonna be built out of a lot of random materials. Kind of making the road feel rustic, but I want kind of a random couple of roads running through. So I've got to kind of lay out how I want that to look before I start building too much. So we've got that kind of diagonal there. What's going to do now? Yeah. I don't want too much of that, because then it becomes hard to lay out where you want the huts. So we've got that kind of random one. I'm now going to do a straight one coming off from the bridge. We have about to get night up in here. I'll take that flower anyway. Do that. There. There. Let's shift over this way a bit. I'm gonna say this hill's a bit baroque for what I want. So, yeah, so we'll shift it from here. So we'll just start with this. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna get these roads in. Not completely today, but enough to where I can figure out where to place houses, and I will be back with you once I place them. Well, alright, so playing with the roads a little bit. Liking what I'm starting with here, mixing the gravel, stone, or gravel, brick, stone, and some cobble in here. Be able to make it look even better once I rob a fortress a bit and find a couple of dungeons and get some mossy cobblestone and whatnot. But for now, we gotta pick a spot for our first house. I need to be able to tunnel down some, so I don't want to start too close to the bridger here, because this goes right into a bit of a ravine. Got that guy there, but that's not what we're going for. So I'm gonna build our first village house, I think here. I'll lay this out a bit. One away, so dun dun, door door, dun dun. And we'll go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. So I'm gonna kind of frame it out a bit like that. Killing my shovels here. Whoa. Now this is going to be a bit bigger. We're going to call this the mayor's house. It's going to be huge. I need a new shovel. We'll sleep, we'll get the shovel. Boop. So we'll call this Mayor Gremten's. Until I build the more illustrious mayor's mansion. Can I get all of this out of my inventory here? That'd be great. I need more brick. Used a lot on the road. There we go. This dirt. So yeah, Mayor's Mansion. So we'll hang out here. I'm gonna build me a storage area. I think we're gonna need pretty quick here. Is we're gonna need some glass and some whatnot. But this will be our starting point, I think. We'll still the other house. I'm gonna doll up, and it's gonna be like a fisherman's house or something. I'm gonna put a little dock on it. That's not going to be where we live. I'm just going to dress up the mine shaft. One of the big things we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to move in villagers eventually. So this feels like a village. But fortunately, Ryan found our RMC found a village pretty nearby. Yeah, like that. This is going to actually need clearance of 4 to make that go down. Yeah. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a couple of the things that we are going to need here. this to make myself... you know what? Let's reverse this. Pick this bad boy up, move it over. Looking at my workbench over here. Excellent. And then, well, I'm gonna keep 4 furnaces in easy access, which I probably don't have enough cobble to do on hand. So we'll start with 2. Right, so go a little... You know what? I don't really want to use glass for windows, so we're gonna come up with something a little different. How do you... Well, there's no real center here, so what you do for... I think I'm gonna do that one. 3 tiles. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Radio. It's fine. Sorry, figuring out dimensions in my head here. So that's what we're gonna get done today, and I'll give you a look when I'm a little closer to complete. All right, well, we've got some progress here. Take a look. See if I can get kind of a vantage point here. So, pretty simple. We got a capped wooden house, but I've tried to add a little bit of detail to it, like these stone columns. I don't know if I should have 1 or 2 more. One of those windows actually weren't windows, so we got some fence posts in there. I may dress that up with some trap doors. We'll play with that. This back one, I tried to do something a little different. Still looks a little bit like it's just floating there, but I think I've hidden it pretty well. We got some more of those posts. Definitely gonna have some basement storage, so we've got a little pathway for that right here. Trying to make a lot of contrast, so we'll see how I like it when it's all done. But it's coming along. Need to do some detail work. Gotta move some stuff in here. I'm probably gonna need more wood than what I have here as well. But we're got our first house going, and kind of our theme for this part of the village. So this dark oak section, as I build it, we're using a lot of dark oak and a lot of stone. Try to keep these same kind of features, but mess with that some. And what we'll do is we'll actually change the way the houses look when we cross our little bridger here. Whereas got kind of that inverted look already on the spawn house. So the ones over here, I'm going to do a little bit like that. As we get closer to Polypho's little dinger there, closer to his mountain stronghold here, I think I'll start to shift towards stone features. And maybe we'll do a couple of houses that kind of integrate the two ideas. But I'm planning on making this pretty sprawling. It'll probably actually be a couple of villages. So you see here he uses brick and fence pretty much for everything. Going kind of for the underground dwarf vibe. Not sure where Thadrin actually is. He said he was towards the swamp, but I haven't found him. A couple of signs of his presence are definitely around. We got this guy right here. Ow, 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 ow. path leads to a cave. Let's look a little bit. A little bit of exploration before we have to end off this video. Chunk air, maybe that'll help me find this place. I don't see lit caves, but I don't necessarily see where Adrian's sleeping. Here. No, that's just good old-fashioned unlit cave. Ooh, it's getting dark. This is not where I want to be when it's dark. Alright, well, I think that's going to end this episode here. Hope you guys catch a little bit of what my vision is for this spawn area. And then like I said, we'll have some stuff heading out toward our friend RMC too. And again, we'll start to do transitions toward the areas. So he's using a lot of stained glass, which is kind of, you see here, his entryway to his area. He's said, "Hey, I built you this path. Enjoy my beautiful stained glass." So as we get closer to his, we'll feature a lot of the stained glass in the house, which means I'm gonna have to gather dyes, goody. But we're gonna do this little village first. This house will be the most complex because I'm making a storage area and for all my stuff. This will be the fishing hut. Actually store all my fish here, and so I'll spread my storage out a little bit in that way too. I'll make a blacksmith sort of building, which I'll try to model off of a village blacksmith, I think. But that I believe is all I've got for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and go to sleepy bye, and I'll catch you next time.